Analyst at Nasdaq IR Intelligence. Massud, let's first start with the basics today. Rates moves having an impact on real estate, utilities. The overall trade seems to be very optimistic on that front.
Absolutely. So quite the day. It kind of appends the general market environment that we've been seeing over the last few months, in which mega cap stocks have been outperforming and the rest of the markets have been lagging and growth outperforming. The last time we saw the Nasdaq index down, 3-4%, and the Russell index up 2-3%, the disparity being approximately 5%, was on November 9th, 2020, when the COVID vaccine came out. So
nice,
that's the kind of the market that we're looking at.
Yeah, crazy, just a total reversal, inverted. Now, obviously, the discussion we've been having is very much about Fed path, but it's also balanced with recession talk, because are we getting this for the right reasons? What's your thought there? Is this a good path to a cut, or is this a bad path to a cut?
I was reading a note from Wolf Research today, and he said this is one of the most confusing tapes that he's seen in his career. I think it's an extremely challenging market. We're in a bifurcated market, and we have a product that's at Nasdaq here called Investor Engagement / Investor Targeting, and we provide our clients, these are all listed companies, not just on the Nasdaq exchange, but across all exchanges globally, and through a quantitative and also qualitative method, we advise clients who to talk to and when to talk to. And one of the biggest themes is that it's an extremely challenging environment to attract capital. Why? Because we're in a bifurcated market. Stocks are at all-time high, indexes are at all-time highs, yet the breadth is extremely poor. Handful of companies are delivering performance and returns. We have record concentration here. 10 companies are approximately 40% of the S&P 500 index. And the chief strategist at Piper Sandler actually decided not to issue a price target for the S&P 500 index anymore, stating because we're in such a bifurcated market. And he punted it to the
Cantro?
analyst, jokingly.
Mike Cantro?
Cantro, yes. And he punted that to the tech analyst, says probably best for the tech analyst to give S&P 500 targets.
That's kind of been my approach too. It's like my top movers every day. It's just NVIDIA, tells you which way. Does a hypothetical scenario in which maybe the AI trade just topped out, maybe this was like a sell the news moment, who knows? In theory, if that were the case, will it discourage any of the pipeline and the overall interest that private companies have had with Nasdaq to go public? Because it's been pretty busy. And I know last time we talked to you guys, there was like 200 in the pipeline. Will they be paying attention to this?
They will definitely be paying attention, but there are a lot of moving pieces, Oliver, with respect to the economy, and well, I should say with the markets. Investors are digesting a lot. They have turned extremely cautious. There are basically four levers to the market currently. One, elections. Historically and typically between the months of July all the way to November, markets start exhibiting volatility as they digest political uncertainty. So that's one. We have monetary policy, and finally the Fed is looking to cut rates. We have a 90% odd of a September rate cut, 60 basis points of rate cuts priced in for December. We have an economy that's starting to slow, and we're starting to see the impact of tightened monetary policy and also a fiscal policy, which is much more tightened. We're not seeing the pro-growth policies of tax cuts and deregulation. So that's the economy. And finally, the fourth piece is earnings. So the markets are digesting currently a lot of information, and I think that's put investors cautious, and we're also seeing that vis-a-vis the Nasdaq investor flows, whereas we maintain a database of all the flows coming into all of our clients on the surveillance side.
Love that. Always love getting the specific lens that you guys see things through with your data, your surveys and flows. Appreciate it, Massud. Good analysis. We got to jump. Thank you, sir. Massud Ghaussy, lead analyst at Nasdaq IR Intelligence. All right.